We're back. Perfect. It's Paper Mario. Good. Let's play Paper Mario. Jesus Christ, it's been 16 hours. Alright. You know, one thing I appreciate about Dark Souls is the ability to attack any NPC that annoys you. Succulent. 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 A Chinese meal? Do I have any Chinese meals? A bubbleberry. No, I don't want to talk to you. I'm back. What are you doing, Colorado? Alright. If memory serves correctly, I believe Kent C. Cooper is one of the strongest enemies in the game. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Excellent, I need to, like, thin out my inventory anyway. Use this shit? Yes. Yeah, use a super shroom. If you make nothing of value, I am going to hit you. You motherfucker. Oh well, tee-hee. Need something succulent, but what would you call succulent? Wonder if this shop has anything. Thank you. I gave her the cookbook. I feel like she should say to me, like, these are the ingredients I need for these meals. Instead, she's like, hey, give me ingredients and I'll try and make a meal out of them. It's like, bitch, you have the cookbook. Use a recipe. Yeah, you probably should have, you prick. Waste of a goddamn super shroom. I should let everybody here die. What do you want? Hey, all of you. You know, we're just gonna restart. So, they all must want berries. Let's try and find berries, I guess. These stingy pricks who want me to do everything for them. Beautiful. Okay. But what does it all mean, Basil? What a hit. Clem, Panda, welcome in. We're doing more Paper Mario. I'm searching for berries. Was kind of pointless. Have you tried checking at the car store? It's like, you know, there's a guy who sells cars, right? I should probably just look up a guide for this. Who did? Only unlocked via the Beach Race questline. Ah, with Claire. Claire, a character I did quite like until the end of that questline. Wasn't her best driver. How you doing, Panda? That's no good. There's nothing I could do for this. Ah, interesting, because I did run him off the road. Ran him off the road and tried to talk her down, and she shot him in the face. I was like, well... But also, like, you probably should have told me this whole quest was about killing a guy, Claire. Because... like, I thought this was about something else. And now... like, you essentially used me for revenge, and I'm not okay with it. And now I don't talk to her when I go to Afterlife. Like, if you just said from the start that it was about revenge, I would have probably been on board. Yeah, I'll shoot this guy. I'll shoot the guy in the face. How many people I've shot in the face? I've shot so many people in the face. Yeah, that's really it. I'm doing alright, Panda. Yeah, it's really it. It was like, okay. I respect the desire for revenge. I've done it myself in this. But you essentially gaslit me into this whole thing. And now you've turned around and made a whole big deal out of how I have to help you kill this guy. And it feels very manipulative, Claire. I think she did give me her truck, though. Okay, so I'm on chapter 6. You know what, I don't have the guide app on this. There's a really good guide app for looking things up, called Pixel Guide, and I haven't actually put it on this phone. It's not available on the Play Store. Give me a second. I could still have the APK downloaded. This one? I don't use guides as often as I used to. So it's not as essential to me as it would have been 10 years ago. But I'm going to do anything with this, I might as well have it. believe that is it. Go. Yeah, it's unfortunate because like I did like Claire quite a lot, and that quest line just ends with me losing a lot of respect for her. Like ultimately, I get what she's going on about. Like she's kind of lost in grief and everything. But it's the way that she didn't. Like, she basically refused to tell you what was going on. And then really tries to put the blame on you. No, it's not that one. I'll have to do it after this. Yeah, and then she's putting the blame on you. And it's like, okay. If you had been clear from the start that this was about murder and revenge, I would have probably been on board with this. No questions asked. I am, after all, a merc. It will not be the first person I've killed. They've killed people for worse reasons than that. Yeah, like, actually, like, here's the fun thing. You run that guy off the road, and his response is basically the same. Like, he didn't specifically murder the guy. It was a race where death is on the table. Okay. I have something here. Yeah, like, the way it goes, the whole thing, it was a legitimate tactic in a race that was very specifically a death race. And she's grieving, and I get that. And like I say, killed people for less, would have been on board. But the way she's just... like, so focused on the bullshit of it. And you're a bad person for not helping her with this random murder that she gaslit you into. It's like... alright, I'll do this, Claire. And then we're not associating again. Like, I'm dying right now. I have a limited time left to live. I don't need this shit. You want the car? I got the car, never used it. Went right into the garage, where I just never get it out, because I'm a bike man. Because weaving between traffic is just really nice. That's what I want. Good. There we go. motherfucker. Maybe I will do a Cyberpunk playthrough at some point in the year. Like I said previously, I do kind of want to just get away from the list that I set up for the year of RPGs. I feel like unrestricting myself there might be nice. And we'll see how I play it, like having beaten it before. But there's a good chance. I'm a creature of habit. There's a good chance I will just stick to bikes. That said, I don't know if I want to replay it. I think there's an element of it that feels like an experience of, like, once was enough for me. But that is a lot of things for me, just generally these days. Maybe it's like the limited time and, like, having so much to play. Like, even on stream, there's so much I want to play. Maybe in a few more years. What is this? What's wrong with my mouth? This is my nose. Fertile soil. That's a creepy thing to say to somebody, Posey. Do I want this for you? Do I want this for you? I think that's what I want for this. What do I want fertile soil for? Oh, of course, I have the yellow berry. I'm an idiot. Was this direction yellow? Yes. Magnifico. All right. That's good work, Paracara. Now go back in my pocket. I fell over. How are you doing, Clem? Yeah, 1 star point, they're not worth it. You're okay? Good. Good. Yeah, I can't believe you left the stream yesterday during my moment of adversity to not have lunch with your mother. There we go. This is what we're after. Okay. I feel like what will probably be the best one. Given that, what bypasses defense. So in terms of, like, actual battle mechanics, I think bow and what are the best to upgrade first. Also, I looked into it a little bit. And while the localization messes up, this is going to be a problem. Yep, there it is. While the localization does mess it up a bunch, what is a female? In my defense, I left to go and get lunch from my favorite place. Blueberry. And another blueberry. Man, can you believe Dark Souls 3 is over, and thus all of Dark Souls? Don't want that. There's no water here. Yeah, it's wild. It was definitely a sense of melancholy for me. at having finished it. I think, like, generally, at least part of it was because it was a very melancholic game. And just wait until I do Mass Effect on stream. Because, like, here's the fun thing, and don't tell this to Ninja, but I only beat Mass Effect 3 once. Because it was kind of a big deal. It kind of affected me. Is Ninja lurking? Ninja is not lurking. Excellent. So yeah, doing Mass Effect 3 is definitely, like, going through Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 is definitely going to have a similar result. I teared up at the end of Mass Effect 3. It was a very emotional moment. And then I sucked it up because the game wasn't done and I needed to go and make a decision. I've been here the whole time. A prince of Persia. I don't have any Prince of Persia sound effects to put on there. Like, to press. Like, oh yeah, Prince of Persia. Even if I did, like, what would be a recognizable Prince of Persia sound effect? The rewind time sound, maybe? I don't know. I'm a beautiful, fragile flower. It's like, you say so. Yeah, sure, whatever. Also, looking at the walkthrough says that there's this chapter, there's the next chapter, which is in the ice area, and then it's the final chapter. So we're not that far from finally being able to do Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey. And let me tell you, that's not going to be a short playthrough. Let me tell you something, brother. It's also not going to be an easy playthrough. It's going to be rough. Ah, shit. Like, I'm going to do that game, and there's going to be difficulties to it, and you're going to be like, wow, this is the game that got you into the series? And I'm like, yes. The good old days. Let me jump off, come on. That's lame. Alright, Parakarry. Here we go again. Would I recommend Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey? Well, given that I've not played it all the way through in... probably like 19... No, I'm going the wrong way. Like 17, 16 years. I don't know. I feel like just from a quality of life standpoint, probably better to play Strange Journey Redux on 3DS. Man, I'm hyped. I am hyped to finish this and play Shin Megami Tensei. Like, again, it's one of those things of horror in a non-horror setting. Because, like, there's so much about that game that is just outright horrific. I love horror in non-horror settings. Like, when Dark Souls 3 felt, like, genuinely ominous. At times, and, like, really disconcerting. It was when I was having my best time with it. I feel like there's not enough like that. Because, like, horror's all well and good. And I've certainly grown to enjoy horror more over the years than I did when I was younger. I do have the right badge for this, right? Yeah, I do still have it equipped. Excellent. Yeah, I do think I really do appreciate, like, horror in non-horror contexts more than actual horror games. That said, I need to be spending more time on stream playing PS2 era horror. Which I think is, like, one of the peak eras of video game horror. Like, there's so much great horror in the PS2 library. I'm thinking about Cold Fear again. One day I'll show you all Cold Fear. I did pick it up on GOG. GOG said they'd, like, properly redone it for modern systems. And they'd spent the time to, like, fix it for widescreen support and controller support. And I was like, great, because I would have just emulated the PS2 version. This better be funny, Clem. I'm gonna set this up, and we'll learn whether or not this is funny. I finished a race, spared Samson, ride with Claire to the garage, and she's like, I don't feel anything at all. Out of the corner of the eye, see you guy, get over.
Success!
That was funny, Clem. Good work. This motherfucker's like, oh, that's Mario. Let's go rough him up. And it's like, Not very bright, are you? That's not enough. Alright. Alright. Well, we know what to do. We know we can take these guys out in a single turn. So prioritize them to reduce numbers, which reduces the damage we take. I'm quite upset now. Perfect. I'm so good at video games. You sent in the Spooky Bastards. Excellent. Let me see. Let me see this supposedly funny clip. Alright, that was funny. Yeah. You win this round, Clem. The scream, the lack of reaction from Claire, the fact that you've noticed it and you just look back like, huh? Wonderful. Hey, Teak. Thanks for the resub. Clem, tell Teak what's funny. In fact, post it in the, I post it in the Discord. Why not? Well, I'm back where I started. Teak will appreciate it, because Teak's played a lot of Cyberpunk as well. $43 months, man. Do you believe that people think that this content that I make, which, like, isn't content and I don't make it, like, they think it's worth paying for that long? I feel like I'm scamming you guys. There we go. Ah, wonderful. Well, I'll go in sync. I guess. You know, I feel like games like this, where you play a character who's unequivocally good, characters like this just absolutely take advantage of you. And there should absolutely be a point where you're just like, no, this character will literally die without this. I'm not going to get you something better to replace it. Give it to me, or you will learn what a fire flower feels like. You bitch. Yeah, it's a good point. Like, I don't feel anything. Runs over a guy. Still don't feel anything. Like, were you trying to feel something there? $110. Who's currently the highest? I think Bane's the highest at the minute. This is where... Was I going this way, or was I coming from this way? Oh, I was going this way, excellent. Saves a streak, but doesn't add. It's such a weird thing of like, oh yeah, watch, like, tune in and watch a VOD to save your streak. It's like... But that doesn't make sense. Oh no! Pose is about to go even further beyond! That doesn't look like a berry, that looks like a lollipop. Thank you. Seriously, if Mario was willing to just punch a few of these characters in the face, this quest would be a lot shorter. Yes. Damn it. Excellent. Alright. I'm gonna go back to town and rest at the Toad House now anyway. Toad Town. Yes. Thank you. Gone the wrong way. Back we go. And a save for good measure. Excellent. How's everybody doing? How you doing, Seek? Alright, excellent. I have a sound alert.
Oh shit!
Who's looking forward to the likely Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey playthrough that's going to happen after this? The long-awaited return of Shin Megami Tensei to the mecha-chrono stream. Long-awaited by me. I've been awaiting it. I made it. Alright, you stuck-up bitch. Like, explain to me why we don't just set this thing on fire. Like, there's being nice, and there's letting people walk all over you. take the thing back. But hey, Rosie, do you need watering? It's all over her. Awful creature. I don't understand what this is for. Yeah, you know what? Don't forget to save, because you gotta remember that this game, despite being a Mario game, is as brutal with game overs as other RPGs of the time. And by that I mean if you die, if you get a game over, the game's like, too bad, back to the title screen. Like, you look at it and you think because it's Mario, it'll be a little more lenient if you happen to die. Like, maybe give you a retry option, maybe send you back to the start of the previous screen. Nope. So do not forget to save. Where am I putting this? Well, they've got water, now they just need sun. No, I ain't got a clue. Let's see what's changed. Oh, bubbleberries. Right. I got a bubbleberry. Wham. The gold one, get it. Alright, what? Swap out. The quick change badge. It's been a while, so you've probably forgotten, but I got the quick change badge that lets us swap party members without taking up a turn. Which means it all of a sudden everybody is viable. That wasn't enough. Damn. No, I need Paracara. So, Teak, you have your Mario franchise Fridays going on at the moment. You've done Super Mario RPG for the franchise Friday. Do you think if you got close, like if you got close to the end of your list, do you think you would maybe do another Mario RPG to pad out the time before the end of the year? Get a load of this. Eh. Wow, that is awful. Bomber. Mega Smash. What's going on here? Halfway through the year, you just get into Sunshine, don't see if you'll be seeing extra time. How many of the new Super Mario Bros. Games are you doing? And are you planning to do Sunshine 100%? More than that, are you planning to do Odyssey 100%? I feel like Sunshine would be worse to do 100%, but like there's so much in Odyssey. So all of them. I'd join you for the co-op ones if they had online multiplayer. 3D World on Switch does have online multiplayer, but I remember when I was playing it with my ex, it did have latency. Mario, you should probably move. Like, I was able to deal with it, but it wasn't ideal. Hello. 100% of Sunshine will essentially be the same as 64. All the Shine sprites. I don't... I don't know, like, what there could be that's confusing about that, but, like, all the Shine sprites. I would not suggest you 100% 3D World. Because unless you're playing that 4-player co-op, that requires 5 separate playthroughs. If you are playing it 4-player co-op, it requires 2 separate playthroughs. Because 100% on that count is counted as like all 5 characters. 100% in each, like 100% in the game each. East, you say? Yeah, I would not personally. Yeah, it will be here. If Teak decides he's gonna like get all the not even get all the shine sprites, like getting all the shine sprites in Sunshine is awful, but just finishing the game generally isn't great. Oh, beat the shit out of him. You got a lot of health there, buddy. There we go. Listen, you two have your little domestic, I'm going. Yeah, whatever. What am I fighting for? World peace. Why Spike? Well, that's that. Rolling around at the speed of cloud. Got places to go, gotta follow my bound. A green magic Koopa? Bonk. Yeah, I'm gonna prioritize the magic Koopa. Damn it. Coward. Yeah, use the maple syrup. And then get more maple syrup. Yeah, I got maple syrup. A star piece. Yeah, we're going back to Toad Town. Toad Town. Toad Town. Toad Town. Meow. Goodbye. Toad Town. I think one of the issues you run into with this is, like, especially once you start getting the power-ups, it's generally not worth it to use new party members in battle until they've leveled up a little bit. Oh, not leveled up, until they've, until they've got a power-up themselves. I don't understand how I'm supposed to do this. And jump on this. Alright, there we go. Did it. That's an upgrade block, so I want to get up there. Perfect. Now Lucky Lester can get a level. Lucky leveled up. Alright. Well, we have an ad coming up, so I think we should run that before we start dealing with this. So we'll be right back, and then we'll dismantle the cloud machine. And we're back. Ah, they figured it out. You know, I feel like this will be a good idea. PK Starstorm! And then big hit on the Magic Cooper. Yes. Alright, and then we'll just take him out. Good. I want to test this, actually. It is enough, right. Son of a bitch. And another one. Perfect. Alright, let's break this thing. Should have done that to Rosa. The day is saved. Really should set that thing on fire. We're gonna go and beat up Huff and Puff. Because he's a shit. And if we don't beat him up, he'll probably just rebuild the Cloud Machine. Going back to Toad Town. We're gonna rest, and then we're gonna go and do the thing. That's not appropriate. Anyway. Save again, now that we're at full health. And let's do it. Put the soil down, put the bean in the soil, and then pour the water on it. Alright. Cloudy climb, you say? Let's go, boys. Cool. I know I saw a badge up here in the cutscene a minute ago. This feels really precarious. Super jump charge. That's right. Didn't want it covered in flowers. Didn't want it covered in clouds, buddy. The boss fight. Yeah, let's see what Goombario has to say. Giant cloud monster. 68 points. No defense, so that's good. Attack 5, little rough. Thunder attack is dangerous, uh-huh. Alright. Alright, here we go. Alright. This is going to be an awkward one, I can feel it. But if they have 0 defense, that's a perfect opportunity for Bo. Is it? I might want somebody who does hits across multiples. Maybe what will be a better idea. Although, I just had a fun idea. Harakara have anything for multiples? No. Well, Lackluster's the newest. Let's see if he's got anything. All enemies. Alright, here we go. Excellent. Zap Tap should have probably done something there. Guess what's coming next, boys? PK Storm! Damn it. Oh, here we go. Damn it. But if Huff and Puff doesn't suck them in this turn... Oh, he's doing that one. Interesting there's two separate attacks for that charge. Alright. Big heal. Maple syrup. You know, Bombette would have probably been the better idea. But for that specific turn. It ain't fancy, but it'll get the job done. That was the wrong one to do. But again, if it doesn't suck up these during this turn, Bombette will be the choice for the next turn. Or it can do that. Or I could just be absolutely magnificent. And just keep going, kill him. Perfect. It was pretty neat. That was a pretty fun boss. Catch it before it falls. Nothing else here. Catch him before he hits the ground. So it is that Mario and party defeat Crew Cloud Hufflepuff and set free the 6th Star Spirit. The thick clouds that once cast dark shadows have gone, and Flowerfields is once again bathed in sunshine. Again. I misread that. A single Star Spirit waits to be rescued. Waits to take its place in the Star Sanctuary. Perhaps you will see Princess Peach soon. Perhaps. Just wait and see. Cammy Cooper, who watches impatiently from Bowser's Castle, is waiting too. For you to try and save them. Okay. I don't know why we care about what she's doing, but that's the script. Meanwhile, in Bowser's Castle... Here we go again. Who am I going to face? Who am I going to pretend to be? hello, I'm also a armored Koopa. Oh. On patrol? In Peach's room? Yeah, sure. Okay. Do I have any badges to throw in here? Bum 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 bum. I am Peach. Ba ba bum. Ba 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 bum. Ba ba bum. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Is this the library? It was. Suck my dick, Hammer Bro. There's a badge up there. No, it's a live stream. Oh. Now I'm a Hammer Brother. I'm a different person now. Sneak peeks of books? What's the literacy rate like in Bowser's army? Kami Koopa can suck my dick. My authentic Koopa dick. Hmm. It's bold. Don't be a coward. Alright, see if there's anything else in the kitchen. Nope. I should take one of those eggs to throw at Bowser. It's like, I'm not going to be able to, like, do a whole lot against him as Peach. But, like... imagine if Princess Peach just started throwing eggs at Bowser every time he invades the castle. Alright, well, we got the last stand badge and a shooting star item that we can send to Mario. So going down there wasn't a total waste. Checking around wasn't a waste. I'm probably never going to use that last stand badge. Relies too much on being in danger. And I don't generally want to let my health get that low. Oh, thanks. Oh well. We can just beeline it for the door, I guess. And doing that voice hurts my throat a lot more than you'd think for, like, how simple a voice it is. But I committed to reading the, chapter descriptions that way. Now to steal your soul. And become you. Well, thanks for letting me know that, Twink. These guys don't have back-facing sprites. They have left, and they have right. Well, I'm going in. Man, I can't believe Bowser threw Mario through the big window. You know, it's not even that. Bowser flew in through the big window. That was how he got in. Because you can't just use a door like regular people. Because he's a dick. I feel like Peach should install some kind of like railings on this area. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Quick, Peach. Jump off and use the parasol to fly down. Well, I didn't learn too much, really. What do you got for me, Clever? Alright, Star Ranger goes to 6. Now he has the Star Gun. Stop time and all enemies in their tracks. That feels like something that sounds cool, but will not actually be really practical. Goodbye. What a weirdo. Well, I am never coming to Flower Fields ever again. Ever again. Alright. We didn't get any hint of where the final Star Spirit is, though. I wonder. Let's check the sewers again now I have Lackulaster. Yeah, go for it. Nah. How many star pieces do I have? 14. I feel like I was after 25. I don't remember. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Bum, bum, bum. wonder if Merlon knows where I'm going. You know, let's go see Luigi. Then we'll go to the sewers. What are you guys up to? Yeah, probably. Listen, pal, if you're gonna get all up in arms every time Bowser rips the castle out of the ground and, like, takes it somewhere else, then you're probably gonna live a short life due to stress. I heard that my brother went to lava and on a tuna. Unbelievable. So unfair. I wanna ride on a tuna too. I heard that some Yoshi kids on a lava land got lost and my brother saved them. I bet the Yoshi kids are just about the cutest things around. Dude, you saw them hatch in Super Mario World. I'm a bit jealous of my brother. I heard a rumor that I can actually have a lot of fans. Oh, wow. What a great news. To live up to their expectations, I want to play a lead in an adventure. Of course, my name would have to be in the title. That'd be sweet. But I know it'll never happen. I heard that the door appeared in Toad Town. They say it leads to flower fields. I guess lots of flower spirits live in a flowery place. Flower spirits, I bet their souls are as beautiful as the prettiest flowers. That has to have been a hint towards Luigi's Mansion. It was surely in development by the time this came out. No. Because you're all idiots, Toad. This isn't what I wanted. There we go. So we needed sushi to get across here. There we go, we need Laculest to get across that. Excellent. And what should be able to finish this? There we go. 1 star point for the 3 of them. Not worth it at all. Like, they still do significant damage, even if... They still do significant damage, even if... they're not worth fighting. I don't like the way any of it really works in this. Seems like it'd be a little finicky, but it could work. Could be fun. Can I fly across this with Paracar? No. Which is odd, because there's no good reason why you can't. Go. Right. 5 HP. And a bunk. And with that slight adjustment, none of the enemies get an attack. Yep, got wise to your tricks, you dick. I was so happy when I got that badge that made me immune to Daisy. So they have 6 HP. Level up. I just can't jump that high. New boots. Perfect. Tornado jump. Now I can go and bother Luigi. So the sewers was definitely the right idea. Gotcha. But now I have to learn the new timing of the jump. Alright, Lucky Laster back out. I don't think there was anything past this area, but let's check. Oh. Have I been here? I have been here, haven't I? Listen, pal, I don't think anybody's coming into the sewer to meet you. Yum. Alright, let's go and bother Luigi. Thinks he's so cool flaunting his higher jump. You fool! There really was no benefit to that. It really was just like, let's go bother Luigi. Why? Why not? Wonder where that leads. I feel like of all of these, Koopa might be the best choice. Let's actually read them. Multi-Bond, be able to do headbutt consecutively. Fire Shell, attack with a Flaming Shell. Mega Bomb to attack all enemies, like that. Air Raid to attack all enemies. Tidal Wave to attack all enemies. Hurricane to blow enemies out of the battle. Yeah, I think for the sake of the battles that I just don't want to deal with, this probably isn't a bad idea. I'm gonna forget that I even have that. Oh, hey. Well, Goombario's not here. Okay. Maybe. Alright. We have an ad coming up, though, so we're going to have to run this ad. And then we're back to begin Chapter 7.
Shocker!
Chapter 7. Shocker. And we're back. Oh well. Oh. So there's nothing new going on around town. What's that door in the sewers? Not this way. This one. I was like, have I been through that door? And I don't think I have. Question is, can I get to that door? Damn it. Alright, time for Lackluster to shine. Yep, that was not worth it. That was 5 flower points as well. So I have to figure out a way to get across here. Hmm. Oh, I have to visit Merlin. Okay. Okay. I've been considering that just as the thing to do to tell me where to go. I didn't realise that I actually had to do it. Might as well rest here first. Yeah, I should have upgraded Bombette. Or Cooper. I feel like that upgrade for Parakarry, for the Lackluster's definitely not going to be worth it. We'll see if the regular damage he does is worth it. Alright. Alright. Got any good badges? Hmm. Never mind. Banana. Yeah. Excellent. Boy, I'm glad I got these Ultra Boots. Kind of wild in a game like in an RPG like this that you only get 2 power upgrades. Still can't get in there. What am I missing? Okay, into the sewer via Chet Repos. It just says mysterious blue door. Wait a minute. I forgot what could do that. Alright. Ooh. Bombette, please. It's awkward as well, because I've just been thinking, like, between the last chapter and now, how little use I've gotten out of Watt's character ability since leaving the toy box. And it's like, oh no, I needed to use her ability, and I'd forgotten about the other effects of it. Chapter 7. Well, here we are. Go east. Hmm. Okay. I'm sorry, I mistook this for a, flower shop. You know what, I will sleep in there. I'm not at full health. Is that a potato? This is the shop. Hello. Suspicious hat. You've also defeated the Master. He must be a force to be reckoned with. Hey, Flame. No, no. I'm just gonna go back. They fixed the ice. Not derogatory? How would that be derogatory, Flame? I'm a little warm, but I'm doing okay. Watching through Paper Mario. If John Romero says it. Was it intended as being derogatory when John Romero said it to Sandy Peterson recently? Does John Romero actually have beef with Sandy Peterson? I took it at face value. Yeah. So I didn't get an answer. Situation is repeated every time Sandy says something wrong, he has to correct them. So I didn't get an answer on, like, what was Sandy Peterson's specific beef with that guy. I tried to check again, and the account he's replying to apparently has no tweets. Yeah, there's no reference to go off for it. Also, like, real quick, let's look it up again. Yeah, pay developers, buy the games you love, support the people who make them. I've always said that. We have to try before we buy. Never said that. I don't know anybody who says that. That's always been a bullshit excuse. But pirates are the guys who killed game companies like Atari. Not true. Amiga. Absolutely fucking not true. Cinemaware? What the fuck did Cinemaware ever make? 3D Realms? And then, in brackets, Sandy Peterson's put Duke Nukem. And it's like, no, Duke Nukem killed 3D Realms. Excellent. Glad to hear that, Flame. Mario's going fairly well. Thank you on the congratulations. Dark Souls 3, I was quite happy to finish it. I very much enjoyed my time with it. Let's see. 70 to 90% of Doom's players pirated it, which I don't know how you would find those numbers. Especially given that, given that it was a shareware model. Like, how many people pirated the registered product? No idea. Yeah, George Broussard killed Duke Nukem. Well, George Broussard killed 3D Realms with his search for perfection on it. Atari were mostly killing themselves, though the video game crash of '83 definitely sped that along. Atari after that was not the same company. Like, just legitimately was not the same company. They were bought out and became a different company entirely that tried to hang on in some sense and never really built back the reputation. And then Atari as it exists today is just outright a different company. Amiga. I think what killed Amiga was the rise of the personal computer, the IBM compatibles. And also shit like the Amiga CD32. Yeah, Jaguar, do the math. But even by the time of the Jaguar, like, it was a different company, headed by different people. Quake may not have gutted its... If not for that, we would have literally had so much more for our workspace and upcoming projects. Doom blew everything out of the water. Like, it expanded after Doom for massive reasons. Undeniably. Like, Doom was such a big killer success, and then Doom 2 happened and was a big killer success. And I think after that, as far as, like, classic Doom goes, it wasn't necessarily piracy that was happening with that, it was probably modding more than anything else. Though neither of those would have really been big enough to kill it. It never died. And it's like John Romero says, like, Quake gutted id. It's like, yeah, I don't think piracy is what gutted id. Id is still around, still making games. Piracy may have cost money, but it wasn't the reason Quake was hard or why people eventually went different ways. And it's like, yeah, Quake's development was it's historically known that it was a difficult time. And the stress of the success and of building something new was tearing it apart. There's a lot of rumours that Tim Willits had a lot to do with it when he came in, of like why people started leaving it. But like hell, by Quake, Tom Hall was long gone. After Quake, John Romero followed pretty quickly. Yeah, and the source code being released by John Carmack has kept Doom going. I just noticed how nice the animation is on the winding key on the back of Bombette there. Like, honestly, without knowing exactly what Sandy Peterson is trying to reply to, it sounds ridiculous. Like, the whole thing sounds like nonsense. Let me see. Let me see if I can get this. Did I delete my Twitter? I did not. Get rid of that out of my inbox. Yeah, that's correct. Fuck off, I'm not paying for this bullshit. Okay, I've got it here. So now that I've logged in, I can see it. I don't know why you can't see what this video game nostalgia account is posting if you're not logged into Twitter. It's probably bullshit that they've set up from Elon Musk and bullshit. But what it is that Sandy Peterson is replying to is, be honest, did you ever pirate games? And then there's a picture of the Pirate Bay logo. Like, that's literally it. And then Sandy Peterson does his whole thing. That's literally what it is. There's like, dude, I feel like I've been pretty open on my stance on video game piracy at this point. As a kid, not something you think about. It's just, can we play games? Yes, we can play games. And you play the games that you can get. If they're pirated, never crosses your mind. Now that I'm an adult with my own disposable income, my view on piracy is sell me the game, and I will buy it. If you do not sell me the game, what choice do I have but to pirate it? Hey, Ben. Yeah, like we all had a modded PS1 that played burnt discs. We've all talked about this before. Yeah, all of, like, everything developed on the Unreal Engine. It's like, hey, would I like to purchase one of the Unreal Tournament games? Can't. Tim Sweeney decided we shouldn't be allowed to. Alright, so what's my recourse? Just not play it? No, I'll fucking pirate it. Sell me your shit, or I will pirate it. That's how it goes. And it's why I'm always advocating, like, the virtual console stuff and, like, modern re-releases. And, like, the remasters of Night Dive remasters and just general remasters. And there's a thing of, like, let's look at a remaster that came out recently, like the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection. Is it a rough remaster? Or is it a rough collection? Yes. But it's there and it's purchasable, and I think if you want to be morally okay with playing these games, you should buy it. And then, like, download a PS2 ROM of MGS2 and play it on PCSX2 or whatever. Exactly. Like, there's the question of, like, should you be giving money to the publishers when the people who made the game no longer work there? Like, that's a whole separate conversation. But giving money to people who are charging inflated prices for second-hand copies? No. Absolutely not. Like Paper Mario. I have legally purchased this. I own it on the Wii U Virtual Console. And you could be like, oh, but you're just saying that you've purchased it, Chrono. We don't know that. It's like, one, I'm not gonna fucking lie to you because what the value is there in that? They are. Some remasters are lazy ports or, like, unplayable. Like, I wouldn't recommend playing the Silent Hill HD collection. It's available. I own it digitally on Xbox, and you guys have seen it when I've gone through my list. And I would say, like, if you feel any kind of moral quandary in that regard, buy it. Buy it digitally when it goes on sale. I did not pay much for it. And then download an ISO of it. Download an ISO of Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3. I have no moral quandary with emulating Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4 anyway, because I do own them. I do legally own them. And again, you could say, Chrono, you might just be saying that. One, pictures are in the fucking Discord of my entire physical collection as it was when I moved. And none of that has gone. We've added to it. None of it's gone. And two, what value is there in me lying about it? Yeah. Like, play things however you can play them. If the games are available on modern systems in some form, there's the option there for you to clear your conscience if that's an issue for you. It's like, let's talk about Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII. I have long said that I think the best way to play Final Fantasy VII is the original PS1 version, because the modern ports all have issues and don't match the original experience of it. For various reasons, like, usually it's a sound issue. But, like, buy one of the modern versions, and then download a PS1 ROM. You bought the game. Like this. Paper Mario. Bought it on the Wii U Virtual Console. Now I'm emulating it on PC. I bought it. Like, throw out a few games for me, because I can't really think of anything right now. Throw out a few games for me. I will tell you if I own it, and if I have pirated it. Because the answer may be no, yes, yes, no. No, no. Yes, yes. Wolfenstein 09, own it. I think I have it down here. Pretty sure I have it on PS3 and not Xbox 360, but I do own it. Haven't pirated it. It'll be behind the others. But no, do own it. Again, I think it's one of the pictures in the Discord collection. Yeah, you either pirate or don't play it. I don't know how much the physical copy of it goes for on console. And let's be fair, I don't think you get a whole lot out of playing it on PC. Let's check eBay. £13.99. £14, £14.99. £19.50. Boxed UK PAL with manual, rare. Clearly it isn't though. Xbox disc only £4.38. Inbox £12. £9.99, £10.80. Hey Nelson. Any game? Do I own Cold Fear physically? Yes, I do. I also own it digitally on PC. I bought it all on the GOG preservation program. Yeah, we're talking about games and pirating games, Nelson. And so I'm like, name a game, I will tell you if I own it legally and if I have pirated it. Rule of Rose? Of course I don't own that legally. Nobody owns that legally. I have pirated it. Any of the Asterisk games? No. I don't own any of them legally. I have pirated several of them. And then never played them. Haunting Ground I do own. I do physically own Haunting Ground. It was a weird thing for a long time where Haunting Ground was like quite expensive in the US and quite cheap over here. But I bought it years ago. I do physically own Haunting Ground. Have I pirated it? Yes. No, because I've not purchased any of the Age of Empires games, and I have not pirated any of them because it's not my genre. I think the closest I have to that is Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, which was built on the Age of Empires engine, which I have legally purchased twice, I think. I think I own it on Steam and GOG. Yeah. And with Star Wars, it's like, I'm a Star Wars fan. I've bought a lot of Star Wars stuff. Am I ever going to play them? Yeah, I've got the Clone Wars expansion. It comes with the GOG release. Clone Campaigns, I think it's called. Am I ever going to play it? Honestly, probably not. But there was a time when I was trying to like do more of the PC Star Wars stuff. Like, years ago. Alien vs Predator 2? No, I do not. I also haven't pirated it, but I will likely pirate it at some point. Because it's not available. I own Alien vs Predator... what do they call it? Classic 2000? Crisis I do legally own on Xbox, and I bought it on GOG. So I do legally own that, I haven't pirated it. Classic 2001 and gold. Predator Concrete Jungle. I don't think I physically own it. I have pirated it. I always wanted to own that game. And I think it is still quite cheap. I could pick it up. I could very easily pick that game up. I think. It was a game I was always interested in when I was younger, and I remember reading magazines of the time and seeing that it got poor reviews, but always still being quite interested in it. I've still never actually played it for myself. Alien Resurrection? Yes. I do own that on PS1. Wait, do I? No, I don't think I do. I have pirated it. I think we had a burned copy when I was younger. It's not a game that ever really interested me. I remember playing it when I was younger and just not really enjoying it. So, like, it's in my ROM library, but mostly just as a thing of, like, I might get something out of this one day. A stream or whatnot. Alien Trilogy I own. We've owned Alien Trilogy physically for a very long time. Yeah, I think with Alien Resurrection, it's technically very impressive. It's not a fun game to play. We've got about 15 minutes until the next ad starts, so like, we'll keep this going, and then after the next ad, we'll continue with the game. But yeah, Alien Trilogy I do own. We've owned that for as long as I remember us having a PlayStation, and I still have the original copy that was in our family. Also a game I never really enjoyed. Any Monolith game. I own Fear. I own Fear 2. I own Fear 3. I own all 3 Fears on Steam. I own Fear 1 and 2 on Xbox. Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War I own. I own Shadow of Mordor on PC and PS4. I own Shadow of War on PC, and I might own it on Xbox. I forget if that was a disc and I played it and beat it and got rid of it. Blood. I have, I have Blood Fresh Supply. I think that's it. Because you can't purchase No One Lives Forever anymore. Oh, I own Condemned. I own Condemned. Yeah, of course. I also own Condemned 2. Yeah. Blood Rain. I own Blood Rain and Blood Rain 2. At this point, I own the Terminal Cut versions on PC. Because I bought Blood Rain and Blood Rain 2 on GOG years ago, and then the Terminal Cut versions came out, and they were free upgrades on GOG. And then at some point, I just bought them on Steam as well. Remedy Games, I own Max Payne 2. I own Alan Wake. I own Alan Wake American Nightmare. I own Quantum Break. I own Control. I own Alan Wake 2. And I have Alan Wake Remastered, and I have Alan Wake on PC and Xbox. I have Max Payne 1 and 2 on Xbox and PC. I have Max Payne 1 on PS3 as a PS2 classic. I have Alan Wake Remastered now because I bought the deluxe edition of Alan Wake 2. I don't think I've ever pirated them. Silent Hill Origins Homecoming Downpour. I have a Homecoming physically. I have had Downpour digitally. Never pirated either of them. No, I've had Downpour physically. I've never pirated either of them. I got rid of my copy of Downpour, and at this point I regret it. Because the price has gone up, and like if I was going to stream Homecoming, I would only do it on the caveat that I would also be doing Downpour. So I feel like I should do both of them and then be done. Origins I don't own, I have pirated. Not as much as I used to be. I was never really into Street Fighter. I was into Mortal Kombat when I was younger. We had Mortal Kombat on Super Nintendo. And then I didn't play... You know what? The next Mortal Kombat game I played was Special Forces. And then it was Deception, which we had on Xbox, and then we eventually got Deadly Alliance. And I think we had Shaolin Monks on Xbox. And now I own Armageddon on PS2 and Shaolin Monks on PS2. And I own Mortal Kombat 9 on PC and Vita. I own Mortal Kombat 10 on PC and PS4. I own Mortal Kombat 11 on PC. I own the Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection on PS3. I've considered picking up the Legacy Collection. But the big thing that holds me back is, like, I don't really enjoy the old Mortal Kombat games at all. Street Fighter, I've never managed to really get into Street Fighter. But thanks to Humble Bundle, I do own the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection and Street Fighter, I think Ultra Street Fighter 4 on PC, and Street Fighter 5 with, I think, all of its DLCs. Many EA games, yeah. Like, a significant number of EA games. Like, I own all of the EA Bond games, except I think Tomorrow Never Dies. Enter the Matrix or Path of Neo? I have Path of Neo still. We had Enter the Matrix on GameCube when I was younger, and I don't know what happened to it. I have pirated both of them. A lot of the pirating specifically is for, like, it's entirely for emulation purposes at this point. emulation is just, it's more convenient. I'm at the point now where I can emulate PS2 on a handheld, which is really nice. I'm glad you think so, babe. I'm glad you guys are entertained in this. But yeah, EA. I think the thing people forget with EA, and the same's true of Ubisoft and Activision, like they got to the position they're in as industry leaders because they put out games that people wanted to buy. And that includes me. I wanted to buy a bunch of their games. Like, there was Beyond Good and Evil. Loved that. Have it on GameCube. I think I still have it on GameCube. I'd have to look around. The Sands of Time trilogy, of course, with Ubisoft. But EA specifically. The Bond games were always the big one for me from EA. But the Lord of the Rings games as well. Like, I own Two Towers, Return of the King, The Third Age. I have Lord of the Rings Conquest on PS3. I do want to go back and do Enter the Matrix again at some point, because we only did the Niobe playthrough, and I'd like to do the Ghost playthrough at some point on stream. Because there are differences to it. There's entire chunks of it that are the same, but there's quite a few differences, like entirely different levels and pathways and such. We've got another 5 minutes of this, and then we'll run the ad. I think the thing that people generally forget these days, especially in regards to piracy, is like a lot of these games from these periods now are easier to get. I feel like I just mentioned that, Bane. But there is another Lord of the Rings game I do have that I didn't mention. I have Fellowship of the Ring on PS2, which isn't an EA game. It was a Sierra game. Not good. I don't think I have The Hobbit anymore. We had it when I was younger and I didn't enjoy it. Well, you got a couple more out of it. Because I only mentioned the EA ones. But yeah, I have Two Towers, I have Return of the King, I have The Third Age. Which, like, maybe we'll do The Third Age at some point for this year of RPGs, since I want to go off the list anyway. And I do have Conquest, which is Lord of the Rings Battlefront. Which you would think would be really good, and it's not. Which is such a shame. Done by Pandemic as well, Pandemic Studios, after EA purchased them. Diablo. I own Diablo 2 Resurrected on Switch. I own Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls on PS4. And I own Diablo 3 Eternal Collection on Switch. As far as anything from Blizzard, I do, or I did, I guess, own Overwatch on PC. I had friends who wanted to play it with me, and I bought it and we played it together. That won't exist anymore because Overwatch doesn't exist anymore. It's Overwatch 2 now, which is free to play. Anything else from Blizzard? I've pirated a bunch of their older stuff. Like the platformers and stuff. Like, I've pirated Lost Vikings. And Lost Vikings 2. I've pirated Blackthorn. No, I don't do cards, and I don't do FIFA. I don't do football. Welcome back, Teak. Yeah, I enjoyed Overwatch well enough playing it with friends. It's not something I'd ever want to play with randoms. As far as my preference for online first-person shooter stuff goes, I'm a fan of the classic stuff. Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch. I feel like there's really a missed opportunity in the modern FPS online scene to bring back a lot of these classic modes, like Deathmatch, Team Deathmatch, King of the Hill. Time Splitters had so many modes that would be fantastic for an online play. Yeah, the older stuff. I do not have Gun Survivor 2 physically, no. I had the chance of getting it at one point, I believe. And I decided against it. Didn't consider it worth it. And then I played it on stream. The first time we streamed it, which you can find the clip of it on the Twitch page, when you confront Alexia. Like, that was the first time I'd really dived into it, and we beat it, and it was like, well, that's that. It was like maybe 45 minutes. It's a curiosity, it's not something I think would be worth owning. I don't own the Outbreak games anymore. I got rid of them. I didn't enjoy the Outbreak games, and I got rid of them. And then I pirated them for the online play, because you have to get the Japanese versions to do the online servers. I don't own Dead Aim. I would like to own Dead Aim. I own Code... On PS2, I own Code Veronica, and I own RE4 physically now. And Dead Aim would be the one I would like to get. I do own RE1, the original European release of RE1, the original European release of RE2, RE3, and RE Survivor on PS1. Remake at some point when I was younger, and Zero on GameCube, and I don't know whatever happened to them. I always wanted RE4 on GameCube, and it just never happened, so I didn't get to play RE4 until PS2, until I got my PS2. And, like, the Let's Play I did of RE4, I think I mentioned it during the Let's Play of RE4 when I did that for the Let's Play channel. That was the first time I played through RE4 on GameCube. Yeah, I've had the opportunity over the years to pick up the RE games on GameCube again. And, like, 2 and 3 and Code Veronica X. And I decided against it. I have pirated them. I'll definitely admit that. But I think, like, overall, it was like, I have these games on other systems, so I don't really need them. The exception was Remake and Zero, which, like I said, we had, and I don't know what happened to them. The N64 port of RE2, I do not know. Playing that, when I did stream that, when I had Ninja with me, I was playing on an EverDrive on actual hardware. So that was pirated. I don't own any Dreamcast games. Every Dreamcast game you've ever seen me stream has been pirated. Because when I bought my Dreamcast, it was like, okay, I'm gonna get an optical disc emulator for this. And I did, and I got it, and I spent a bunch of time and effort and money figuring out optimal video solutions for it. And then that's what I was doing. I was playing games on actual hardware from a memory card inside the system. and it was great. Like, playing on Dreamcast like that was great. So that's how I was playing on actual hardware without, like, having owned the games. What Spider-Man games have I pirated? I guess. I think I have the NES ones, which I'll probably never play. The Game Boy ones, which I'll never play. The Super Nintendo ones, which I don't enjoy. So, Maximum Carnage, Separation Anxiety, the animated series, Lethal Foes, which was Japan only. I have pirated Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation, though I do own them both physically. I've pirated Spider-Man 1, like the movie Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3 on GameCube and PS2. GameCube for Spider-Man 1 and 2, PS2 for Spider-Man 2 and 3. Though I did own, again, I think that's a game that just, I don't know what happened to. I did own Spider-Man 1. No, I did own Spider-Man 2, and I fucking loved it. Spider-Man 1 we had on Xbox at some point. So I've played the Craven stages that are exclusive to the Xbox version. Again, don't know what happened to it. This is the problem of living with 4 younger siblings. Spider-Man Friend or Foe I've pirated on PS2 and PSP and DS. Pirated all the DS Spider-Man games. Let me tell you, Spider-Man 3 on the DS, underrated. If you've got an actual DS, because it's very touchscreen heavy. If you've got an actual DS, underrated, quite fun. But I do have Spider-Man 3 on PS2 physically. I think I still have that. I have Spider-Man 3 on PS3 physically. I've pirated Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 on PC. Web of Shadows and Shattered Memories on PC. But I own all of those as well. Which is like, it's kind of the frustration. Because I do actually own all of those on PS3. Like, we played Amazing Spider-Man on PS3. When I streamed it a few months ago, we played Web of Shadows for Super Sunday from PS3. Those are my actual copies. Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 are both digital. Web of Shadows and Shattered Memories are both physical. I don't own Edge of Time. I haven't pirated it. And I've definitely been at the point where I'm like, I should set up PCSX3 and just pirate Edge of Time so I can play it. The PSP Spider-Man games, pirated. Let me know how that performs, because when I stream it, when we get back around to it and when I stream it, I'll be doing the PS3 version, because I bought it on PS3. What other Spider-Man games are there? The Insomniac Spider-Man games after that, I guess. I haven't pirated. I own Spider-Man on PS4. I own Spider-Man 2 on PS5. I own Spider-Man Remastered on PS5 now. I own Remastered on PC and Miles Morales on PC. I've never pirated the Atari Spider-Man game, the Atari 2600 one, despite Teek's insistence that I need to stream it. I've never done it. I can't believe Flame left in the middle of this discussion that he started. I think that's all the Spider-Man games. I've never pirated any of the 3DS Spider-Man games. Oh, I do own Amazing Spider-Man's Vita port. And I have also pirated it on the Wii. Yeah, I'm not going to do that, Teak. I've played enough of the 2D games, like even the ones that people say are good, and I'm like, no. Not at all. I did not. I owned that on, I have pirated Ultimate Spider-Man. I knew I'd forgotten something. Ultimate Spider-Man, I have pirated it on GameCube and PS2. We owned it on Xbox when I was younger. And I forget if I own it on PS2 now. I can check that real quick, because like, we have the Discord channel. There we are. So I think I don't own it on PS2, but like, let's get to the PS2 side. Oh yeah, there's Wolfenstein on PS3. Thought I had it on PS3. Oh, I do still own Spider-Man 2 on GameCube. Excellent. Yeah, it looks like I don't own Ultimate Spider-Man on PS2. So that's pirated. You have it on PS2? I remember the PS2, I think, had the exclusive Venom edition, which I think got you, like, a couple of extra things on the menu. It was always weird seeing stuff like that on the PS2 era, where there was a specific, like, special edition that got you a few extras in-game. Like, Ultimate Spider-Man had one, there was Need for Speed Most Wanted Black Edition. There's Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 Collector's Edition, which I think has some extra costumes. Yeah, that's gonna... we should wrap up this line of questioning now and progress with the game, where we have the ad to run. And then we will continue with this project of the game. You know what? Let me just wrap this up, actually. It's been over 3.5 hours. Let's wrap up. Yeah, it's absolutely one of those things of like, if a game is available on a modern platform, I do suggest buying it. Like, support things like that as best you can. If it isn't, pirate the fuck out of it. And it's like I say with the Epic stuff. Like, they took all the Unreal stuff off stores. I do own Unreal Gold already, thankfully. I don't own the Unreal Tournaments I would have liked to play, and now there is no option to play them except to pirate them. I'm not as hardline as like, if you can't afford this, you shouldn't play it. Like, you shouldn't pirate it. I'm not as hardline as that because I was a kid once who couldn't afford these things and we did pirate them. But I think, like, there's that legendary quote from Gabe Newell where he's like, he think like the perspective Valve has is that piracy is a service issue, where if games are available, people will buy them, and I do think that is generally true. And it's like, you look at my collection, it's like, yeah, I've got so much pirated. I have so much I've legally purchased. So much, because I'm able to purchase it. They say I bought this on the Wii U Virtual Console because I was able to purchase it. I legally have access to this at the minute on Switch, because I have the Switch Online expansion pass. I'd like to be able to purchase it on Switch, but, you know, there's another argument for another time. Dark Souls 3, legal purchase. Final Fantasy V, legal purchase. I've legally purchased that game twice. Because I own it on Android, and I bought the Pixel remaster. No, it's not true. I own it. I own Final Fantasy V 3 times because I have it physically on PS1. So I don't think piracy is ever, like, truly black and white. Like, there's reasons, and at the end of the day, if you're pirating something that isn't legally sold anymore, what does it even matter? Like, if you go out and you decide to pirate GTA 6 when that comes out, that's a different story. But if you're going to turn around and be like, hey, I've downloaded an ISO of Silent Hill 2, a game that is only sold digitally in one avenue currently, and that is on Xbox via backwards compatibility in its worst form, I'd be like, that's fine. That's fine. Talking about Ultimate Spider-Man, like, so many of the Spider-Man games, like, so many of the Activision published Marvel games, you cannot get anymore. Like, remember when we did Deadpool? Can't buy it anymore, you have to buy it physically, and the price has jumped up when it stopped being available digitally. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, I got them digitally when they came out on PS4, you can't get them anymore. Every now and then, like, there's become, like, a surprising outlier of things you never thought would get any kind of re-release, do get a re-release. Like, I think the best example is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection. Big surprise that that ever happened. But it's there, and it's great. Like, absolutely purchase it if you're a fan of that kind of thing. But so much other stuff is just likely to never get it. And so, to play it, there is no recourse but piracy. But piracy. And nobody's losing out if you pirate it. Like Rule of Rose, the only person losing out if you decide to pirate Rule of Rose to, like, explore this legendary horror game, this infamous horror game for yourself. If you decide to pirate that, the only person who's losing out is whoever is currently charging £600+ for it. Anyway, we need to wrap up. This is the penultimate chapter of Paper Mario. Chapter 7, then Chapter 8 is the conclusion. So we may come back to this with like an extended episode. Yep. I agree with that, even though I do physically own I do physically own Illusion of Time for some fucking reason. I have it boxed, and I have no reason for owning it. It's just there. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to William Chat is always the best part of the stream. Claim, Panda, Teak, Bane, Flame, Nelson, thank you so much for joining me. Keep me coming. Chat is always the best part of the stream. The next session will either be a short one to wrap up this chapter, which we've only just started, in all fairness, or it'll be a super long one where we do this chapter and the final chapter. Probably the first one, because the final chapter, you know what it's always like. Final chapter is usually a big thing. But we're coming up to the end of Paper Mario, and following it is very likely going to be Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey, a game I do physically own. And I'm super looking forward to that.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated.
But in the meantime, there's not really anything else to say except thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day.
May not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car
we'll catch you
at the
next time,
bottom
guys.
platform.
Bye.